Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another setup session here at Coach Dave Academy. We're back on ACC this week. We're working on the Bentley as part of the update packages, the new setup schemes that we're doing with the fast and the safe variant for the race along the quali. So we're here at Brands Hatch. It's going to be interesting to see how this car performs around here. I'm Sai. We've got Tarek driving and Mike taking care of broadcast. So on that note, Tarek, let's jump straight into it.
Yep, let's go.
Oh, we probably have to like sort out the pressures a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're quite soft on the fast damping on the rear for this baseline. So it's worth seeing what the car's like, or worth trying to observe what the rear end of the car is doing on the curbs.
Okay. On braking, it is a little bit loose. On power exit, it's a bit loose. But the front's a little bit understeery on entry when you get off the brake.
Yeah, front bump is stiff, rear rebound is stiff. Generally, front dampers are quite stiff. So those would be the reasons for that.
I think maybe something like what we did at Indy would work.
Yeah. Also, rear slow damping is a bit stiffer than we'd probably want around here, so we can tweak that. I'll just open the Indy setup and see how we can incorporate those dampers here.
What's like the target base here? What is old one?
Old base 33.4.
23.4, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I had no right side pressure there.
Oh wait, sorry, I opened the wrong data. I'm looking at Olton. One second. Okay, oil pace 23.6.
Okay. Yep. I think the overall rate is a bit stiff compared to what we were using at others.
Uh, yes, give me a sec. Then you said also on throttle it's sliding, right?
Yeah.
Are you having understeer after that, or it's just
No. It's
pure
just
oversteer?
like
Oh,
on entry. But it's just an oversteer on the brake. That's strange.
right. Okay.
I think I can fix
Yes,
that with bias.
I think we just do 2 clicks down on the rear spring to start with, just so we
Okay.
don't lose too much rotation. Um, and then meanwhile, I'll just check the damper from your previous run, and then uh, see how we can tweak it.
What did we have in India? It was one lower, right? Or was it the same?
Check. It was the same. Our band diff combo is the same. I mean, there are a lot of similarities because essentially we've been using very similar baselines for most trucks, and then just changing the springs and dampers.
Got a bit of understeer power or throttle. Like
Okay.
mid corner. The front doesn't seem to want to rotate.
I think running a really low diff will help this car greatly in this truck. because they're very long off throttle though, right? Where you have to first throw it in through the sector and then you have to let it coast through most of it.
Yeah. The front just seems to like like a weird slide on entry on the front when you're coming off the brake.
Yeah. Okay, let's try the Indy dampers. So front bump would be 7 clicks down.
Yeah.
Front fast bump 8 clicks down.
Yeah.
Then front rebound 12 clicks down.
Yep.
And fast rebound 6 clicks down.
Okay.
And then for the rear bump 11 clicks down.
Yep.
And then rear fast bump 3 clicks down.
Yep.
Rear rebound 2 clicks down.
Yep.
And rear fast rebound 3 clicks up.
Okay. You wanna try 1 or 2 clicks lower diff? Not.
Yeah, let's try 2 clicks down. Yep. Is it bottoming out there? You feeling it?
Not really, no. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the front seems to be glitching into the ground more than in other trucks. It's strange.
I can't take that curve as well. Are we minimum on the front rudder?
Let me double check.
Is it other trucks? I don't think we did.
Oh, we've been running minimum on most trucks.
Yeah, but this is.
Yeah, we're not here. Yeah, we're not here. We're
Yeah.
one up. Uh, it's definitely worth going another click up. I mean, on some of the other cars, we've gone several clicks up around here.
Interesting.
Just with the front engine car, I don't want to really do it too much. Unless it's the Merc, for example. That car, we've used some pretty high front ride heights in some trucks.
Right. I actually don't think we need the extra front light.
Okay. Yeah. So was it just like a line thing? It works with a different line?
Oh yeah, and the tire pressures were low on the first lap.
Yep.
But I think it might fix the issue of the front being a bit lazy on entry.
Yeah. Uh,
But the rear is still a bit loose.
it is? Okay.
Yep.
I'm just trying to remember. So I think remember when we tested at Indy and also Ulton, the going up more on the rear range doesn't really do much for the stability, right? I think it's better to just
Yeah.
go lower on the rear wheel rate. Um,
I was thinking it's more of like a aero thing where the front's a bit lazy but the rear's too high. I think. What it feels like.
the rear arm is quite soft, so if anything, it's because it's rolling too much.
Because it's more
How?
like high speed corners where the
Yeah.
like T1 and that fast right hander with the rear is loose.
Where exactly in the corner does it happen?
Entry.
I see. Think we can solve both the traction and the and the aero problem just with ride height.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's 2 clicks down on the rear ride height.
I don't know how you'd make the front better. Because the front's a bit low.
Actually, let's do this. Let's drop the front arb one more click and then drop the rear ride height another click.
Okay.
It's always that same compromise with the Bentley on whether you want an agile but understeery front end or a lazy but more planted front end.
A CVR is, I think we one click soft on the front wheel, that's not we normally use, right? As base.
That's correct. Yep. Yeah, we one click softer than usual. So if the general aero balance is fine, but it's just like a response problem, then we can tweak the springs again. If we adjust the front spring and then compensate with the front range, I would solve that.
You can feel a lot more on this here.
Yeah, let me just check the dampers again with the last run. A lot more understeer in the sector. Again, how's that entry stability issue?
That's more stable, yeah.
Yep.
That's just a little bit too stable.
Yeah, once we're happy with the way the rear end is in general, we'll start tweaking the front to fix
Too
the
much understeer.
understeer and at the same time.
I think CDA is one click too low.
Yep. Yeah, dampers could do with a bit more work, I think, on the front end. Rears are all right for Ulton. It's like generally like a flat damper curve that we get.
Too much understeer.
Okay, so we'll do one click up on the ride height.
Yeah.
While we're at it, let's just fix the dampers as well.
I also think I preferred the one up on the front roll bar, and especially in high speed in that in the middle sector.
Okay,
Just,
yep. In terms of response, right?
yeah,
Do you want to try the higher front spring instead? Because that's what we've been using.
with the lower roll bar.
Yes.
Yeah, we can try.
Okay, so one click that, full bar, one click up rear arrow. Front really only needs a bit of fast damping changes. Let me just do that. Front bump, fast bump. Let's go down like 2 clicks.
Yep,
Then front slow bump, go up 2 clicks.
yeah.
That's all. Wouldn't really touch the rear.
Yep. Where would 0.4 put us relative to other cars?
Average, kind of on the slower side. The slowest car is a 0.5. A lot of 0.4s. Fastest is 0.1, Honda. It's probably a low 0.3 in it, right?
Yeah. Oh, understeer.
So car really is very sensitive to front roll. It's very interesting. Because in some tracks it doesn't really get affected that much by that. So I just go back to front
It's
or
like
one click up.
you turning it's just understeer. Yeah, not entry.
Okay. Go back
I
up
think
one click. Yep.
the front roll
Yeah.
bar.
And I think we still keep the front spring where it is.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I would also still add another click of ride height just so that it doesn't
The bottoming
unnecessarily.
out. There's no bottoming out with the wheel rate anymore. I was thinking
Okay.
if you could
Yeah.
go down on the front. Alright. Just try it and see.
Yeah. Just one clip.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't go to minimum. We haven't played around much with the bump stop rates either. Something worth looking at, especially on this track.
We're gonna go up.
No, we'll just test it after this. I'm just saying, like, the next thing
Yep,
that we could test would be that.
yep. There's the front bump damper. I think it's quite high, right? Or not?
It is a little, yes. We can soften that. It worked at Indy, right, when we softened the front damping and it just
Yeah.
helped with that entry grip.
I think it's that bump change that's causing it. Because ever since that, it's been worse.
Yeah, we'll try something crazy with the dampers then. Because there's no change on Motec. It's whatever you do, the dampers seem to be really strange the way it looked on Motec. So let's not try to balance that then. And we just try something creative instead. Or something
Just
slightly different to
sliding.
the yep. Still the front, right? That's sliding.
Yeah,
Sit on entry. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, that soft damping will make difference. One thing's for sure though from Motec, the fronts are way more damped than the rear. There's a huge difference, almost 10%.
Let's maybe go one up on the diff. It feels a bit strange.
Okay. Yep. How's the rear? Any issues at all?
Mostly okay.
Ah, but this corner.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the diff will solve that a bit. But I can tell you confidently that it's not the rear damper setting that's causing that, because we're very
Yeah.
stiff on the rebound. If anything, it's because of the softer rear wheel rate, which is causing the car to pitch more.
You wanna maybe go up one on the rear right then?
No, let's first try the diff change
Yeah.
and softening the front damping. So let's do slow damping on the front. Let's go down like 7 clicks on the front, or actually even more. Try 8 clicks on the front,
Yeah.
and same for front rebound. Uh, 8 clicks. Did you already go down 8 clicks, or
Okay.
did you already go down 8 clicks on the front
Yeah.
rebound?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just add 4 clicks to that. I don't think
Yeah.
if we do it as 8 clicks, it's gonna understeer a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, how was that front ride height change? Did you feel anything on the curbs?
No, curbs are fine.
It's fine, right? Just give me a sec. I'm just thinking. Yeah, let's go up on the front fast damping. 3 clicks, both values.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be all.
Freaking slow.
It certainly looks a lot more compliant. I can
Yeah.
sense the on throttle understeer.
You can just stop braking so late there. You're good.
Yeah, we definitely need to go up a bit on the front rebound.
There's not much. There isn't really on throttle on this here.
Is it not?
No, I
Maybe
don't
it's
think
just
so.
that first lap that I don't know.
Yep.
Uh,
The balance is much better now.
yep. Is there anything
We
that feels off though? Somehow it
I
just
wanted to test one up on the rear wheel, right? Just to see if it
one more.
improves
Okay.
anything.
Okay, we can. It's gonna feel a lot more bumpy though, because we're already very soft on the rear dampers, so
Yeah, so
it
one
would
up.
be under damped. Yeah, just one up on the.
Is it touching rear range anyway? No.
Uh, occasionally, uh, mostly when you get on throttle through this the middle sector, nothing intrusive though.
Okay. And listen, maybe we can try one up on the front bumps, right? The two up? 'Cause I think it's a bit soft.
What are you feeling on the curbs? Depends on that.
Curbs are not that bad. Curbs are fine.
Mm. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt going up a couple of clicks.
Yeah, just
Uh,
wanna see what it does.
yeah,
Because it still has a bit of a strange feeling on the front, and I think that might be it.
yeah. Meanwhile, I'll just check the recent data that we have after the bump stop changes. Oh, sorry, the damper changes. Yeah, front dampers look quite messed up now.
What's wrong with them?
Heavily bumperized. The good part is you can get away with it for the most part with the Bentley because it more or less behaves nearly the same throughout the stint. So if anything, it wouldn't really have any sort of impact.
Front's still pushing. It's like mid corner now.
I'm quite sure it's because of this imbalance. A couple of clicks on the front rebound should help balance out the roll. I think the rear wheel rate we can still keep it, right? Doesn't seem to be doing too much damage to to the general
Yeah, we can
stability.
try and keep it.
Yeah, so this front rebound, let's go up. Let's go up 5 clicks on the front slow rebound.
Okay. Another thing we could try is higher range in the front.
Uh, yeah, with the stiffer rebound, we wouldn't really need it, but yeah, could still do it. Say like 3 clicks.
Oh yeah, 3-2, whatever.
Yeah, let's do three.
I think the traction, like at our last corner, was a bit worse with higher, right?
Oh, yep. Let's see. The front rebound is going to do a couple of things. It's going to reduce the roll in the front, which will prevent it from pushing too much, like in terms of aero destabilization. At the same time, it's going to mechanically stiffen the front a bit, so it will balance out that the rear sliding. How many laps is it taking to get the tires in a good window around here, like in terms of feel?
After the first episode.
Okay. Remember some of the
So
other tracks, Misano took 2 laps or something.
it feels to lose. But you're right.
Okay. How about the front?
Still sliding a bit.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's go back to the previous rear wheel rate then.
Yep.
And front bump and rebound, let's again drop it 5 clicks each.
The front feels like it's rolling so much.
Are you feeling it bottoming out anywhere?
No.
Okay, so let's just drop the front again, one more click to minimum.
It is on. No?
One?
You mean right?
Yeah, the front right height, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can just go back to the old front range if you didn't feel that make any difference.
We are on minimum, right?
Oh, we are? Let me double check.
Because we started on 1 up.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry, I got confused.
It might be a roll
Yeah,
bar,
we
I
started
think.
with front up. Yep.
It's like when you're entering the corner with the brakes, on the brakes, then it just gets all like soft. And then when you turn in, there's no response.
Oh, what do you mean by soft? As in it's not responding when you turn it, right?
Yeah.
And then what's happening mid corner?
Mid corner, it's okay now.
Okay.
More just entry, like when you're coming with the brake.
Okay, let's try a click up on front arm and a click up on rear.
Oh, you broke up there? Pick up on the rear right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember, if I'm not wrong, writing in one of the notes that the front arm and the diff are extremely sensitive, as in they only like to work in a very small window for this car. I don't remember, was it Misano where we tested it? It was in one of the tracks where we didn't really want to change that roll configuration too much once we set it. So
Yep.
I'll just take a look. Yeah, I wrote it for Messana. The car is very sensitive to front springs and front arc changes, so it's advisable not to change those values too much from what we've set.
Okay. Come on. Mistakes on that lap.
It definitely looks the best it's been.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
It's much better.
Yeah, I checked the Motec as well from the previous round for the same dampers that we're using. It looks a lot better. Still not perfectly balanced, but it's good. So
I'm happy with how that feels. The last
cool.
lap I just pushed it too much in the entries.
Cool. Yep.
Alright.
Do you want to do the run again, or you want to do it after the session?
We can chat after.
Cool. So and for safe, you
I'll
want to
just
make the
save
first corners. Yeah.
that run so long so you don't lose it.
Yeah. Sure.
Um,
For safe, we need to make the first corner safe and the last corner safe. Usually, for brands.
I was thinking a little bit more near range because it can be a bit sketchy on power in the middle sector.
Yep. Uh,
Like 7 clicks
and then
maybe.
also more diff will help greatly on the last and first corner. Obviously, the compromise is it's not going to be as agile in the middle sector, but that's fine.
More
What are
near
we on
range,
the
more
diff?
diff. It was one down from original.
One down from original. Okay.
I was gonna go back to
Let's.
original.
I would say go one more than that. Say 2 clicks from the fast setup,
Yeah.
and
Like I said,
then
don't want it to affect the traction too much.
yeah, and quite a lot more rear range. It's anyway, it's not going to bottom out anywhere. So,
How much?
uh, say 5 clicks at least, or we could actually try 10 clicks. I think. Yeah, let's try 10 clicks. Something extreme.
Okay. Got it?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
What's that? Half a second faster than the old one, right?
Yep, half a second. Yep. And we're on par with the fastest car in this current series of updates.
What was the breakfast I was using? I forgot.
On the
In
original,
the previous run. You could just check the replay from the last lap.
yeah, was it? You know how I can switch on the? Oh wait, I think I got it. Yes. 61.4.
There you go. Something on the rear feels worse. I think it's the diff.
Okay. Yep.
It's like out of slow speed.
As it's snapping out of slow speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then I think we just go down 1 click then on the rear. Remember when we went up on the diff at Indy, it helped on off-cambered sections with the traction. Yeah, that That doesn't look good though.
Maybe you can keep the same difference you had before, but lower the rear rod out or something.
Yeah, it's an option. Yep. It'll be nice if it's a setup that you can floor out of the last corner, even if it means you lose a bit of time. At least the rear doesn't snap. That would make it a
Yeah.
lot more forgiving. Ooh, dampers actually look very good in the race run. Very nice. Not bad. Tire temps are not that hot either. Usually they skyrocket around here.
Yeah. That's another thing we found with this car. Don't need
Yep.
massive drag ducts. I think it needs less front range. For safe. Like 2 down back to where we were before.
Yeah. All right.
Or no, why not?
Do you wanna still keep the rear ride height? You happy with the rotation on high speed?
Yeah, it's just a bit too loose on entry for safe.
Yeah. All right. That's good. Right. So yeah, lower front range.
Should help with like the rear as well.
How is the traction though on the rear?
It's fine.
Okay. I'm just typing out the notes for this.
Lovely line. Let me start this again. Do get used to the understeer.
Definitely a lot more forgiving than the first set.
Yeah, it's safer. Just obviously it's more understeering.
Mhm.
I'm trying to push it too hard. Keep it right in there. Definitely safer there. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's good. General stability at the cost of exit rotation. That's what the safe setup is.
Oops, Marcus muted.
Yep. I thought there's something wrong with my net. My ping is red on the server.
Yeah, I see.
Um, okay, 0.3. That's still it's really good. It's faster than a lot of few of the other cars with their fast setup.
Yeah, I think it's good. Quali,
It's more ride height, I believe, and I believe more front range. That's what we did.
don't do one lap,
That's
like as is.
Yep.
It's like. What is the old quali?
22.7.
Okay.
So looking at the delta with the current update, maybe something like 22.5 or 4 would be good. Other cars, fastest is 0.2, the Honda. Everything else is around 0.5 or higher. Porsche was 0.3.
Yeah, quali delta will be a bit small, yeah, because it's not that long, let's check.
Yep.
The Bentley doesn't have that big of a quali delta anyway, I think. From what you've seen so far.
Yeah, the quali delta. And we've been significantly faster than the old setup in race time, but then in quali we're matching, if not like a tenth slower on some tracks. Similar to the BMW, basically.
First step's like a complete write-off with his tire pushes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm bottoming out there. Good.
It could be a line thing because it wasn't happening in the race, right? Now with quali, it should be even less likely.
Weird. Happened 2 laps in a row. Um. Yeah, just general meditation.
Yeah, a click higher on the rear ride height. And I was going to suggest more front range, but then if it's bottoming out, should probably actually reduce the front range a bit. Unless you want to try something different, you want to go up on the front ride height, then increase the front range.
I think it might have just been a tire pressure thing.
Okay,
I'm gonna keep it as is for one more run. With higher rear
yes,
ride.
with higher rate ride height, yeah. Just go one
One
click.
click. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why am I driving like this? Okay. I don't know what you want to try. It's I think it was just tire pressure issue. The front with your
Yeah,
eye.
yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't change anything on the suspension unless we really need it, because it seems to be very sensitive to change around here.
Yeah.
So I mean, what are you feeling in the car? What do you think it's lacking with the lower fuel?
Low speed entry. First
Speed
sector.
entry. Uh, Every rotation, right? Or front grip,
Front sliding.
the front sliding. Okay. Uh,
I don't know if you want to try one.
we
Click
could we
softer
could
wheel rate.
try a softer arm. Oh, wheel rate. Uh, we changed the range mainly in the other setups, but here obviously it's a little. Let's try the springs. Yep, let's do that. The front springs. Did it hit the curb again the previous lap? Or did
No,
it
it wasn't
bottom
a
out
curb, but
again?
just no. Like a bump
No.
in the road. It's weird.
Yep.
One of those ACC invisible bumps.
It's good pace.
Much better with the wheelride.
There's just something about watching a quali lapper on brands that's really exciting compared to other tracks because it's
Yeah, it's fun.
it's on the limit, right? There's no
Yep.
room for error. Yeah.
Grass everywhere. So.
Yeah, and then the first lap it was understeering, so I was almost about to suggest dropping
Yeah,
the
just
rear bump stop a bit.
getting the pressures
Yeah,
in the range was
yeah,
really difficult. So, like the first lap's useless, and then like midway through the second lap, it's there.
yeah. Also, it's probably like worth if any of you are like using the quali setup and if you want to do like a longer stint for quali, it's worth adding a bit more fuel if you want. Obviously, we give the standard fuel of like 3 laps, but it's worth adding a bit more if you want to try for the Bentley because sometimes it takes a bit longer to get the pressures right. So you might only get that final lap in for the fast lap. Um, it's because the car is quite light and it doesn't take that much. I mean, it doesn't heat up the tires as quickly.
Yep. I mean, probably like just 4 laps because the track's quite short anyway. So instead of 3 laps, you could do 4 maybe.
Yeah. But obviously, we just keep it at 3 for
Yep.
consistency's sake for all the setups.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It felt good.
That's good. Yep. I'll just download the data, double check if everything is fine.
Just like what, half a dent in the first sector, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but it would still be a 0.3. So that's good.
Yep. Okay, got the replay set up. NG all the setups. Okay.
Just 1 second. Yeah, perfect. All the all the files are good. So anything driving wise you wanna add to the notes? Anything you wanna add for the viewers?
Um, I mean, if you're starting with the traction, you could probably try TC4. Found the brake price is quite sensitive as well. It's on the limit, I think. If you go a bit too low now, if you decrease it a bit, it's unlocked the gears quite a lot. So if you're struggling with stability into entries on fast corners, you can just increase that a bit. But yeah, other than that, that's all of it. Nothing else.
Yep, quite an interesting setup process for this. Slightly different from some of the other tracks. Seems to be more of a hybrid approach that we used over here. But nonetheless, it was interesting. But on that note, thank you everybody for joining us for this setup session. If you're interested in checking out these setups or any other car bundles or the subscription, check it out at coachsaveacademy.com. You can also jump onto our Discord server where you'll get more information on the upcoming setups. But on that note, thank you all so much for joining us. And until next time, take care. Safe, and
Bye.
thanks for watching.